Ever wonder what makes a man unattractive? Today, we're diving headfirst into that very question. Attractiveness, as we know, extends far beyond just physical looks. It's a complex, multifaceted concept that includes several aspects like behavior, attitude, and even hygiene. In this video, we're about to embark on an enlightening journey, exploring those often overlooked facets of attractiveness, or in this case, the lack thereof. So buckle up as we explore the 10 things that can make a man unattractive. The first unattractive trait that we will discuss is a lack of confidence. Confidence, or the lack thereof, comes in many forms. It can be seen in the way one speaks, how they hold themselves, or even in their decision-making. When a man lacks confidence, it's often apparent. He may avoid eye contact, speak softly, or hesitate before making decisions. This lack of confidence can be unappealing for several reasons. Firstly, it can make interactions difficult. A man who is unsure of himself can come across as indecisive or even disinterested. Secondly, a lack of confidence can indicate a lack of self-assuredness or self-esteem. This can lead to a cycle of self-doubt and negative thinking, which can be emotionally draining for those around him. Lastly, confidence is attractive because it signals strength, decisiveness, and capability. It suggests that a man is comfortable with who he is and is not afraid to take charge or be himself. So as we can see, confidence is key. Scene script. Second on our list is disrespectful behavior. Now this isn't just about being rude or crude. Disrespect can take many forms and they're all unattractive. It might be as blatant as speaking ill of others or as subtle as not listening when someone else is talking. It can be a dismissive attitude, a disregard for others' feelings, or even a lack of consideration for personal boundaries. Picture this. You're in a conversation, and instead of engaging with your words, the other person is constantly interrupting, checking their phone, or looking over your shoulder. That's disrespect. A man who doesn't value your time, opinions, or presence can be incredibly off-putting. Or imagine a guy who's quick to criticize, slow to apologize, and never gives credit where it's due. That's not just unattractive, it's a red flag. In essence, a man's attractiveness is deeply intertwined with how he treats others. Disrespectful behavior is a clear sign of a lack of empathy and consideration. Remember, respect is fundamental in any relationship. Third on our list is poor hygiene. Now this is a big one, folks. Picture this. You've got the confidence, the respect, but you're missing the basics. It's like having a brand new car with no engine. Personal care and hygiene are fundamental to attractiveness. It's not just about looking good on the outside, it's also about feeling good on the inside. Hygiene is a clear reflection of how you value yourself and, by extension, how you value others. It's about being considerate, showing that you care enough to present your best self, not just for you, but for those around you. From maintaining fresh breath to keeping your nails clean, every bit of effort counts. Remember, it's the small details that make the biggest difference. And it's not just for the ladies. Men, too, need to keep up their hygiene game. So cleanliness is indeed next to godliness. Next up, lack of ambition. Ambition is more than just the desire to achieve. It's the fuel that propels us forward, driving us to explore, to create, and to overcome. When a man lacks ambition, it can be a big turnoff. Why? Because ambition demonstrates a sense of purpose, a direction, a drive that's incredibly appealing. It shows that a man has goals, dreams, and isn't afraid to work for them. Without ambition, life can become static, stagnant, and uninspiring. It's like being stuck in a car that's out of gas. You're not going anywhere. And who wants to be in a relationship with someone who's content with standing still? But remember, ambition doesn't have to mean being the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. It can be as simple as wanting to be the best at what you do, or striving to make a positive impact in your community. Ambition, therefore, is a key ingredient in attractiveness. Halfway through our list, we have being self-centered. This trait, my friends, is an unattractive quality that can quickly turn people off. It's as though the world revolves around the self-centered person, and other people's feelings, thoughts, or needs barely register on their radar. It's all about them, all the time. Now don't get me wrong, it's natural to focus on one's own needs and desires. But when this becomes the primary focus, to the exclusion of others, it can become a problem. The key here is balance and consideration for those around you. Emphasizing the importance of empathy and consideration for others is crucial. It's about recognizing and appreciating the feelings and perspectives of others, not just your own. It's about showing that you care about more than just yourself. Remember, it's not always about you. Being considerate and respectful of other people's feelings and experiences is a key aspect of attractiveness. Our seventh point is lack of honesty. Let's delve into this one, shall we? Honesty is a cornerstone of any successful relationship. It's like the foundation of a skyscraper. Without it, everything crumbles. Honesty cultivates trust, and trust is what bonds us together. It's that simple. Now let's look at the flip side. Dishonesty. It's like a termite, gnawing away at the beams of your relationship skyscraper. It breeds suspicion, doubt, and resentment. And let's face it, suspicion and doubt are hardly attractive qualities. Imagine being with someone who constantly keeps you on your toes, not in a good way, but in a way that makes you question every word they say. It's exhausting, isn't it? Being honest, on the other hand, is liberating. It allows you to be your authentic self, and there's nothing more attractive than that. Honesty, therefore, is more than just a virtue. It's a necessity. Moving on to our eighth point, poor communication skills. In any relationship, whether it's personal or professional, communication is the bridge that binds people together. Now imagine if that bridge is shaky or unstable. It's not a pretty sight, is it? Poor communication skills can be highly unattractive. It's like trying to tune into a radio station, but all you get is static. It creates misunderstanding, frustration, and can even lead to conflicts. A man who can't express his thoughts or feelings clearly, or worse, doesn't even try to, can come off as distant or uninterested. Good communication, on the other hand, is like music to the ears. It fosters understanding, trust, and deep connection. It means being clear, concise, and considerate with words. It's listening, not just hearing. It's about being open, and not just waiting for your turn to speak. So, good communication is key. Our ninth point is lack of manners. Now, we're not talking about knowing which fork to use at a fancy dinner party. We're talking about the basic courtesy and respect that everyone deserves. It's about saying please and thank you, about not interrupting when someone else is speaking, about being considerate of other people's feelings and needs. Lack of manners can be incredibly unattractive because it shows a disregard for others. It sends a message that you think you're more important than everyone else. And that's not a good look on anyone. Politeness and courtesy may seem old-fashioned to some, but they never go out of style. They show that you value others and respect their time and space. So, if you want to be attractive, don't forget your P's and Q's. It's not about being stuffy or formal. It's about showing respect and consideration. It's about treating others the way you would like to be treated. Remember, manners maketh man. Last but not least, negativity. Imagine being around someone who constantly sees the glass as half empty. It's draining, isn't it? Constant negativity can be a real downer, and it's not attractive. It's like a dark cloud that hovers, casting shadows over everything. Life, of course, isn't always sunshine and rainbows. We all have our down days, and that's perfectly normal. But there's a difference between having a bad day and always being the bearer of bad news. There's a difference between healthy venting and constantly complaining. A person who's always negative tends to push people away. It's hard to be around someone who's perpetually stuck in the negatives. On the other hand, a positive attitude is like a breath of fresh air. It's invigorating, uplifting, and downright attractive. Positivity isn't about ignoring the negatives. It's about acknowledging them and choosing to focus on the brighter side of things. So positivity is attractive. So there you have it, the 10 things that can make a man unattractive. From the lack of confidence, which often leads to missed opportunities and diminished allure, to disrespectful behavior that can instantly turn off anyone. We've also touched upon poor hygiene, a basic yet vital aspect of attractiveness that no one should underestimate. The absence of ambition, which is akin to a ship without a compass, can also be a deal-breaker for many. Being self-centered, on the other hand, can paint a picture of a person who is more interested in himself than others, and that's never a good look. Honesty, the foundation of any meaningful relationship, is another quality that should never be compromised. We also talked about poor communication skills, a hindrance that can create unnecessary misunderstandings and conflicts. And let's not forget manners. They may seem minor, but they play a major role in how others perceive us. Last but certainly not least, we discussed negativity. A constant pessimistic outlook can be draining and unappealing to those around us. In the end, it's important to remember that attractiveness is not just about physical appearance. It's the sum of all these qualities and more. It's about the way we treat others, the way we conduct ourselves, and the way we live our lives. Remember, attractiveness is more than just physical appearance. It's about who you are as a person.